Hi, so today I have a heart and hip opener. I call it Happy Hips and Hearts. All you need is your mat, your blocks, and yourself. I know I'd be posting this on Halloween Sunday, so I decided to wear my skeleton shirt that my friend made for me. I have her tagged on another skeleton shirt she also made on my Instagram. So if you're interested, she does a lot of different personalized merchandise. Go check her out. But anyways, get some water, get your blocks, and let's get on the mat. All right, let's begin in bound angle seated pose. This is a nice hip opener, groin opener. The inner parts of the thighs should feel that nice stretch as your knees sink down towards the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, spine in neutral, lengthening with every breath. Keeping your arms and hands engaged, holding on to those toes, keeping the soles of the feet together. And just breathe. Go ahead and stretch out your right leg and fold over towards the knee. Come down to as far as your body allows you to. You can feel that stretch on the right hip and lower back, as well as down your right leg, down the back of the thighs, the calves, keeping your toes pointed and engaged. Every breath, see if you can come a little lower, focusing on opening and finding space in those hips and that right leg. Inhale and come back up, switching over to the left. Extend the left leg out, forward toes pointing up, bending towards the knee. Opening up that right lower back now and hip. And feeling a nice stretch all the way down the back of the left leg. Come back up to seated position and bring that left foot over the right knee, keeping the right foot under the left knee. If this hurts your knees in any way, you can bring your heels closer to you. When you find a place that is not uncomfortable, go ahead and slightly lean forward, forearms on the top leg, keeping your spine nice and long. Tailbone tuck just a little, opening up that lower back and hips. You can bring your hands to the side if you want. With every breath, try and sink a little deeper. Relax the shoulders, keeping them down away from the ears. Keeping the hips squared with the legs, feeling that nice stretch. Come back up and we'll switch sides. Bringing the right on top, sending the left below. Take some time to settle in. Remember, it shouldn't be sore on the knees or the back. Adjust yourself to where it's comfortable enough and you feel a nice stretch. You can keep your forearms on your legs or you can have your hands out to the side. I like to keep them on my legs because I feel that extra weight gives a little bit of a deeper stretch. But do what you feel is right for you. Let's go into our tabletop and we're going to start with cat cow. So we'll exhale here, blowing it all out, rounding the back. This is a gentle knee pose, giving a nice stretch to that upper back. Shoulders strong as we dip into cow on the inhale. Shoulders back and down, chest up and lifted. Exhale, rounding down, back to cat. Warming up the spine and the hips and the shoulders. Inhale, nice and big up to cow. Exhale, rounding back down to cat. Inhale, chest up and open. Exhale, rounding, pushing into the palms of your hands. And inhale, nice and big, dropping the belly, pushing the chest out, shoulders back. Let's go ahead and exhale our way down into puppy. Find your breath here. Your chest does not need to touch the ground. You can grab a pillow, you can grab some blocks. Find your spot and sink in, opening that chest, the shoulders, lengthening the arms. You can actually bring your hands out further to the edges of your mat if you want. Opening up those shoulders and the back a little bit more. Just breathe into this. You can lift your feet for a deeper stretch. And when you're ready, we'll come out of puppy and take ourselves into plank. From there, we'll go into downward dog, giving a nice stretch from the butt down the thighs, all the way to the feet. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead and bend your knees. Your ankles do not need to touch the mat, but just push your not your ankles, your heels. Push your heels down towards the mat to feel that stretch. Keeping your fingers spread wide, pushing, strengthening the shoulders. We'll go ahead and lift that right foot in the air and bring it right on the outside of the right hand. It's going to say foot. Fix yourself here if you need. We're going to drop into lizard, a nice deep hip opener, inner thigh stretch. Keeping your right knee above the ankles, we'll drop the left knee to the ground, sinking those hips, feeling that nice inner thigh stretch. You can either stay here with your hands to the ground, arms straight, or you can bring blocks. You can go on your forearms in alignment with your right leg that's bent. Don't go too forward or too back. Try and stay in line with that, keeping your shoulders above your elbows if you're on forearm. If your arms are straight, try to keep them below the shoulders, wrists below the shoulders. I like to go on my forearms, so it gives a little bit of a deeper stretch, and I like that. You go to what you do what you need to do for yourself to feel good. Bring that right foot on over for pigeon. Another lovely hip opener. It's also heart opener when you push yourself up nice and tall, sinking those hips into the mat, pushing those palms into the earth. Shoulders back. A nice big inhale, lift the chest. Lean a little forward if you wanted to forearms, or stay where you are. I can stay here forever. This is seriously my everyday go-to for a hip opener. We'll go ahead and push ourselves up to three-legged dog. And before we put our foot down, we'll bring it on over to the left until our right toes touch the ground, bringing our hips into the air and our chest
up for wild thing. Push your hips, your pelvis, your chest. Inhale deeply, and we'll bring it back around. Nice and easy to three-legged dog. Down to downward dog. Push into the palms, strengthening those shoulders, stretching those arms. We'll go on to the left. Raise that left foot high up into the air and bring it on the outside of the left hand. Find yourself here before we drop our right knee into lizard, keeping our left knee above our left ankle, hands right next to each other, next to that left foot. You can grab your blocks if you want to go down to forearm. You can stay with your palms nice and firm into the mat, arms straight in line with your left leg. Feel that nice stretch on the inner thighs as you sink in with every breath. If you can go all the way down to the mat, you can do so. Or you can keep your arms straight, whatever feels good for you. Remember, do you. Mosey your left foot over to the right as we go into pigeon, sinking our hips down into the mat, squaring them facing forward, pushing your chest up nice and open, shoulders back as we open our chest and our hips. Coming down onto forearms if you want, breathing into those tight spaces, feeling them release and open. Oh, so lovely. So lovely. I recommend pigeon pose every day. If only that. If only you want to do pigeon pose, just pigeon pose. It's wonderful. We're going to try and get ourselves back up into three-legged dog. Before we place that left foot down, we are going to take it over to the right until the left toes, excuse me while I fix myself, until the left toes touch the ground, pushing the pelvis up in the air, chest in the air. Big inhale. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. Left foot up in the air and back down for down dog. And inhale our way to plank as we make our way to chaturanga. And up to up dog. Pushing in the palms and the tops of the feet, lifting the thighs. And then lower yourself all the way to prone. Don't get too comfy here. We're going to do another chest heart opener. As we reach back for our ankles, we'll slowly lift our chest and the upper half of our body up, as well as our thighs, as we pull our feet away into boat. As we gently rock with our breath, try to find some control here and let yourself be in this pose, opening the shoulders to chest. Gently come back down, pulling both feet to your butt for that nice stretch along the tops of the thighs. Bring your knees closer together, releasing, excuse me, releasing your right foot and actively pulling that left one towards your butt. Switch it up. Hold on to that right, pulling it down to the butt, keeping that left nice and straight. All right, let's do a little twist here. Feel good on the lower back, opening up the hips in the front. Stretch your arms out to the side. We'll take our right hand and place it down to help bring our right leg and foot over until our bending the knee until our toes touch the ground, keeping the left hip down, the left shoulder down, feeling a stretch in that left shoulder as well, opening the chest, opening the hips. Push to where you can. Don't push on your right hand to open up if it's hurting too much. You can come down. You can bring your foot more forward. But if you can, push on your thigh and open that right hip a little more. Coming back to prone, switching sides. Get yourself situated. Place your left hand down, bringing that left leg up, bending it till the toes touch the ground near the butt. Remember to keep that right hip on your mat, that right shoulder. Feel that opening on that right shoulder and the chest, the hips. Breathe into it. Pull on your thigh if you can to give a little bit more opening on the inner groin, inner thigh. And let's come on back over. We'll push ourselves up to cobra. Exhale down. And we'll come back up nice and strong to up dog, lifting those thighs, pushing into the tops of the feet, the palms, lifting the chest, shoulders down and back. Breathe. Let's send it back into a little bit of a child's pose here. We'll be here for a little bit. Just stretch out those shoulders. This is a nice resting pose. Breathe into that upper back. And as we inhale, we'll roll up to sit. Bringing our shoulders back and our chest back and open. We'll clasp our hands behind our butt as we pull gently, opening the shoulders and the chest a little more. Take some nice deep inhales and exhales. I hope you enjoyed this heart and hip opener. I hope you come back to it or take from it and make your own little sequence that feels good for you. We can end it here, or you can continue on in your own practice, whatever you want to do. I thank you again so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon, either for a workout or for another flow. I think coming up, I may do some yin yoga, which I have been meaning to do. Maybe even some inversion videos are possibly in the future to come. We'll see. But I've been having fun doing these videos. I hope you've been having fun watching them and doing them with me. Yeah, but I will see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. And thanks again for joining me.